Hi everybody, it's Amy from the Warrior Programme with the crazy light, but I like the pattern. I recently did an interview for an online account called Bulk Hackers, and they picked a title for it that I've been vegetarian for 25 years and you can still build muscle being vegetarian. So I thought I would talk about that for a little bit. I have been vegetarian for 25 years. I am nearly 29, to put that into perspective. My reason at 4 years old for becoming vegetarian was both my parents were vegetarian at the time. They had brought me up eating meat because that was the kind of knowledge at the time, and then I realised one day that I was eating something different. I asked them what it was and they said it was a pig. I used to be looked after by a farmer's wife and I didn't want to eat pigs, so I said, nah, I'm done with this, and I've stuck with that, other than a dinner lady labelling a quiche wrong when I was 16 and I was not impressed. I stuck with that for 25 years. Had all the comments along the way of, oh, you know, where to get your protein, are you not anemic, all of that, how do you build any muscle? And I think, you know, I'll stick a picture of me in this or below if you don't know what I look like. I don't think anyone can really argue with the fact that you can't build muscle when you're vegetarian. My reasons for being vegetarian now are still the animal welfare side of things. I do believe, obviously, you know, I've got what I wanted off of my diet. I get what I want off of my diet 9 times out of 10, so I don't really have any reason to change. I'm fortunate in that I've got the knowledge for how to do it and how to do it well. I appreciate that it's not something for everybody. It's not something that's going to work for everybody because they haven't necessarily got the knowledge to do it right. There are lots of pitfalls. There are lots of things you can get wrong. So it's important to kind of be clever with it and read around it and take an active interest in what you are effectively building yourself out of. And I do believe, despite, you know, I support many meat eaters in their diets. Lots of clients who eat meat. I do believe, for my body personally, it's the healthiest way. But my way is zero judgment on anybody else. You do you. This is just me doing me and chatting about that because people are obviously interested. So yeah, you can build muscle being vegetarian. You can build muscle being vegan. I don't personally have really any experience of that. Part of me would love to be vegan. I tried it for a couple of months, didn't really work for me, another video. But you can do it. So it's just, starting point really is, it's just becoming curious, becoming interested about it, taking an active interest in your diet, because like I said, it is what builds you, so it's super fucking important. And thinking about protein, becoming aware of how much protein is in foods, becoming, you know, curious about that and changing, being willing to make changes. Most of us do not eat enough protein, despite the studies that say that we do, particularly vegetarians and vegans. I am roughly 63 kilos body weight, 9 stone odd for stone people. And my goals are to maintain and build muscle mass alongside a strength and skill-based program. So to do that, you want to be eating 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight minimum per day. Not on the days you train and not on the days you don't train, every day, period. Without being a Nazi about it, there are going to be days that you don't, but when you're starting with this, it's important to kind of see this as a foundation of an everyday thing. So yeah, for me, that's like 140, let's say, let's go over a little bit, grams of protein a day. I don't currently track. I have gone through periods of tracking. I think it's a really, really good thing to do to build up the knowledge of what is in your food, because the info is there. It's super fucking easy. Before, like ages ago, I used to literally like go on Google and be typing grams of protein for 100 grams and working out, and then I'll do all that. I'm not very good at percentage increase calculations. Like, I've always buggered them up for some reason. It's just an easy tool, and how else are you really going to learn what is actually in your food without doing that? But it's not something I do right now, because I know what's going on, and if I wanted to change what's going on again, I would do it again, if that makes sense. So looking at, you know, the leaner ways to get protein in your diet, seitan, super lean, obviously not going to work for you if you're gluten intolerant or celiac, so look again. Cottage cheese, super low fat, super low calorie, super high protein. Corn stuff is awesome, in my opinion. Recently saw a study come out on BBC of muscle mass to do with eating via corn instead of developed via corn instead of meat, having a better structure. Please don't fully quote me on that because that's not the best summary of a study you've ever heard, but it's a good study. I'll post a link below. I thought it was interesting. Obviously it's not fully conclusive, but hey, nothing ever is. Tofu, beans, all of that, lentils, made lentil dal for breakfast this morning. But just being willing to look at it and being willing to ask questions and being willing to make changes without judging yourself for what has gone before. But yeah, what I'd like you to take from this, I would like you to take from this, if you are vegetarian, you can build muscle mass, so winning. Be curious about your diet, start to take a real interest in it, ideal on a video, and just start to ask some questions, start to look at your protein, maybe have a go at tracking and see where it takes you. Any questions about vegetarian protein, please post them below and I will see you soon.